Hello everyone. Today we are here to read and comprehend a passage. As you all know, reading comprehension is one of the most important skills that a student should have, right? The ability to read and understand text is very important for your success in school. Now, when you start reading this passage, it is very important that you read slowly and carefully. Do not try to read too fast. Reading slowly and carefully will help you understand the text better. So now let us quickly read, comprehend, and answer the questions for the following passage. Now, when you read this text, you come to know this is related to the hobby of the writer, isn't it? The writer has talked about his hobby and what he is doing to keep himself occupied, engaged, and happy. Now, let us start answering the questions. The first question, the narrator is dash. Okay. So when you read this passage, you come to know that the writer of this passage is an artist. How do you come to know this? You see, the writer states that his weekend hobby is taking portraits, right? Then he also says that he has done some photographic assignments. Then he also says that he is a good writer. He also states that he is interested in music. So all this is done only by an artist, right? So the first answer is artist. The narrator is an artist. The option C, isn't it? Let us quickly mark our answer. The narrator is an artist. Let us quickly go to the second question. The second question states, what was the purpose of engaging these various interests? Isn't it? Now, as I told you, that the writer was engaged in a lot of other activities. Music, writing, photography, making portraits. Why? Why do you think the writer got engaged in so many of interests? What do you think? If you read the options, to make life more varied and exciting, to write about new talent, to discuss upcoming programs, or to be engaged in arts. So when you read this passage, you come to know the writer says that by delving into various interests and by keeping my mind occupied, I am only trying to make the passage down the coming years engaging and happy. So this line tells you that the writer wants to make his life more varied and exciting. He wants to add variety in his life. Okay, so that he is all the time happy, he's all the time excited to do various things. When we have a hobby, when we pick up something, what we do, we are very happy to do it, isn't it? It gives you peace of mind and happiness. So the writer's purpose also for engaging into these various interests was to make his life more varied and exciting. Let us go to the third question. What was the narrator's weekend hobby? So this is a very easy question. As you start reading this passage, you get the answer in the first question, first line itself. My weekend hobby of taking portraits, right? So his weekend hobby was taking portraits, and if you see in the options, it is our third option, isn't it? Taking portraits. Now let us quickly read the fourth question. Why does the narrator want to keep his mind occupied? And we have four options for this question. To keep himself physically busy or at all the times. He is preparing for the future. He loves the diversity of arts, or to keep mentally busy in his endeavor. So when you go through this passage, if you read it carefully and comprehend it, again in the same sentence, we get the answer. By delving into various interests and by keeping my mind occupied, I am only trying to make the passage down the coming years engaging and happy. To make the passage down the coming years, like whatever years he is going to live in his life, in his future, he wants to keep them engaged and happy. He doesn't want to sit idly and he doesn't want to waste his time. He wants to make the passage down the coming years engaging and happy. So this line again gives you your fourth answer. Why does the narrator want to keep his mind occupied? Because he is preparing for the future. His coming ages, he wants to be engaged in some or the other thing so that he can be happy and he should be fulfilled with his life. Now let us go to the last question. What is meant by a youthful mind is a blessing for the mature? If you see and if you read the last lines of this passage, what is he talking about? Maturing merely deepens my intellect and personal philosophy to be able to experience and enjoy many wonders of the world, to savor, to read, to listen, to watch, and write about life and people. Too many youth is wasted on the young, but I see it differently. A youthful mind is a blessing for the mature. So, this gives you your last answer. What is our last answer? A mind which is young keeps the mature young. A young mind keeps the aged active. A mature person who is active will always be youthful, or to experience life to the fullest at all times is a windfall for the not so young. So this, when you read the passage, you clearly come to know that the writer wants to experience his life to the fullest, right? So a youthful mind is a blessing for the mature means to experience life to the fullest at all times is a windfall. What do you mean by windfall? A jackpot. Like a jackpot, a sudden something you get something suddenly which makes you happy, right? So that is called as a windfall. To experience life to the fullest at all times is a windfall for the not so young. This is the correct answer for the fifth question. I hope you understood how to read the passage, comprehend it, and answer the questions, isn't it? Thank you so much. Bye bye.